Breaking news! A magnitude 4.8 earthquake has recently jolted the US East Coast, with Lebanon, New Jersey at the epicenter. Yes, you heard it right, an earthquake in New Jersey. The tremors were so strong they could be felt from Pennsylvania to Connecticut, shaking up cities and causing quite a stir among the residents. Now let's talk about the aftershocks. There were at least 6 of them, with the most significant one being a magnitude 4. Just imagine an aftershock that could be a decent-sized earthquake in its own right. It's like the Earth decided to put on a show and then encore. The earthquake had quite the impact on landmarks and infrastructure. It was as if the landmarks decided to have a bit of a dance. Buildings swayed, roads cracked, and yet, in the midst of it all, the resilience of the structures was a sight to behold. Following the quake, officials were quick to conduct safety assessments. They checked everything from airports to tunnels to ensure the safety of the public. It was a demonstration of swift action and preparedness, a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of nature's unpredictability. Despite the dramatic shaking, there were no major damages or injuries reported, a sigh of relief indeed. In the wake of the unexpected tremors, public reactions were as varied as they were amusing. Yes, the 4.8 magnitude earthquake that shook the East Coast was met with a delightful medley of emotions, ranging from sheer panic to absolute disbelief, and of course a generous dose of humor. Now the social media platforms were abuzz, not just with the news of the quake, but with a delightful plethora of witty jabs and jesting remarks. The East versus West Coast rivalry, a long-standing feud, made a rather amusing comeback. New Yorkers, not to be outdone by their West Coast counterparts, took to humor as though it were a life jacket, floating amid the seismic waves. The Empire State Building, standing tall and unshaken, reassured the public, while others found humor in the quake's unexpected arrival. But here's the twist in the tale. The epicenter of the quake was not the Big Apple, but rather its neighbor, New Jersey. This sparked a wave of humorous commentary about credit, or rather blame, being misattributed. New Yorkers, it seems, were more than happy to let New Jersey take this one, with jests about the Garden State taking the limelight for a change. Despite the shaking, or perhaps because of it, the spirit of New Yorkers shone through. The resilience and humor in the face of disaster were truly a sight to behold. From comparing New York City to earthquake-prone Los Angeles to chuckling at their own reactions, New Yorkers found the silver lining in the seismic shifts. In the midst of all the confusion and disbelief, humor served as a beacon of light, illuminating the resilience of the city and its inhabitants. It's as if New Yorkers were saying, an earthquake? Just another day in the city. Humor, it seems, is the best earthquake preparedness kit for New Yorkers. Not everyone, however, found humor in the situation. Some saw the shaking as a divine message. Among them was Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, known for her often controversial and divisive rhetoric. In the aftermath of the quake, Greene made headlines by attributing the seismic event to a sign from God. She saw the trembling earth not as a natural phenomenon, but as a divine plea for Americans to repent. In her view, the third largest earthquake in New Jersey's recorded history was more than just a result of shifting tectonic plates. Instead, she suggested that it was a clear message, a celestial telegram, if you will, urging for a spiritual course correction. Greene's interpretation, while unique, is not entirely unheard of. Throughout history, natural disasters have often been seen as divine retribution or warnings. Yet in our modern scientific world, such views can feel somewhat out of place, even jarring. It's important to note that Greene's stance is not universally shared, even within her own political party. Her comments have stirred up a fair share of controversy, with some applauding her faith-driven perspective, while others criticize it as an oversimplification of complex geological phenomena. What's more, her divine interpretation of the earthquake seems to signal a return to her more contentious public statements, after recent efforts to align more closely with mainstream Republican views. It's a move that's sure to keep her in the spotlight, for better or for worse. Whether an act of God or nature, one thing is clear: earthquakes are as unpredictable as they are unsettling.